It's still working. What happened? It's still internet.
Cold.
They didn't go down.
Just a little.
Feel?
Might be okay.
It's a little cold.
A little freezing.
My wife went to a glacier, the church.
Go to church.
Church.
Jesus.
Jesus, help me.
Jesus, come.
Jesus, come.
Please come here.
Jesus, come.
Jesus.
Come.
Messiah.
Help me.
Messiah.
Jesus, help me. Yeah. So let's play volleyball. There's the volleyball.
Yeah, good. Very good. Nice.
Yeah, yesterday I played tennis.
Tennis, very good.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah.
Inside.
Oh.
In Great Neck. Inside. 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah,
Good.
inside. I won too.
Now relax.
See, look.
Different.
Look. This is inside. Look.
Wow.
Inside the thing.
Oh, nice.
That's me.
2 by 2, yeah? 2 by 2. 2 by 2.
You should come sometime. You like it?
Yeah, well,
Why don't you come? These are like seniors. These guys are old. He's like 70. He's like 80. Pepe is like 80. His son is the owns the.
David,
the
I play Conyalet free.
Yeah, but we have 6 people. The cost is like no mucho.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't cost much because all these people.
No, how? Because now.
Yeah, but in the winter.
Look.
In the winter time.
After 1 week, that's it.
You're free.
Warm.
You're like Augusto. He no like to play.
Augusto may be good.
Augusto was here.
Nice machine, genius machine.
A machine.
if you put in cut, crazy.
Yeah.
Nice machine.
Machine.
Nice, beautiful.
Beautiful machine. The beautiful machine.
It's easy. Yeah.
I go with the.
I saw something. It's woman so fast.
Oh, she types. They type with finger. They can't even type on a typewriter.
This look. If you're writing, you connection your mind. See, like right, and this finger, no good. Writing, but look, letter, writing letter. Oh,
Let's play volleyball.
yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Come on, David, come on.
Where's this?
Volleyball.
Plunge. Oh, your own trumpet. Yeah. Let's play Tukara. Why are they so short?
Smart Masha.
They're good doing.
So smart.
It's good doing.
People not going to a library.
No
library.
No
No
library?
use. No
I go to
library. Library.
No,
use.
I go to library. I was going to go to the library.
Book like garbage. Go to garbage.
I was going to go to the library.
I think Russian books garbage.
They have any Russian books?
Yeah, Russian book. Take
Hey,
private.
what's happened to these? Why are they so short?
No people no reading, nothing. No good. Generation no good.
Generation of good?
No, that's
I'm gonna read.
no, that's
They're
no
no good.
because if you read books, but you can hear, yeah, read.
Well, these guys,
But take books, like watch.
You read books?
No, I'm not. No.
You're not reading? You don't
no,
read?
No, because I need to use glasses.
Some people don't
Yeah,
read.
you're tired after. Oh,
Some people they
yes.
say they don't read because their eyes
Not,
hurt.
no, maybe if you
Where is this stuff?
without glasses, okay, but use glasses. No
The
good.
Immortal Poems.
No good. This I don't see it. Look, David. I don't.
Some people that if you're nearsighted, I can't see far. These glasses are for driving car. I can see this, so my eyes are for reading.
No, if you LASIK, they know this operation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
continue.
I
A lot
don't
of
know,
people
it's
get
In
not-
my poems of
not too
May
much expensive.
2020.
If you have,
This one is called Times Inconium.
okay.
Rather than sticking your head in a meat grinder, which is like the world, you can instead go to the threshold of another just right in
is all my
front of your
stuff?
forehead.
What is it about?
What?
What is your, how do you call them?
Podcast?
Yes.
What's it about? It is about what it's about.
What's it
About
about?
what it's about.
Times Inconium.
Oh, you're reading a book in your phone.
I'm just saying, like, if you
Too much stress, David.
Too much stress. I wait till I warm
A
up.
lot of kids is like sticking your
Wait
head in
till I
a
warm
meat
up.
grinder.
Really?
Yeah. When you could.
Take out.
How was your weekend, anyways?
I'm gonna take it all.
Yes, you can make me fish.
So if you had a full weekend, you still need to play more. We still have a lot of things you want to do and play.
I
Yeah.
want to go home and do
At 8:30 on a Sunday night, you want to do 100 million things. Yeah, okay. Well, it's dark out, so.
I know. But in the day,
Uh-huh.
daytime, not in night.
Oh.
And it's not dark time. Not dark. It's
And you could call up all the kids in the neighborhood and say, you want to play hard right now,
I
9
would
o'clock
say I want
tonight.
to play rough.
You want to play rough at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night?
Why is there a hole in the ceiling?
Yeah, that's the gas pipe.
You should cover that with tape.
It was covered, but it fell off, I think.
You should put tape.
They said they were supposed to inspect it. I wonder when they will. You do not have to waste time with complex social structures or with kids that stay up late. Or can just simplify it. Instead of high-speed cable, you can just connect to your navel. You can face up directly to your guru. Meditation works well for self-repair. You may not have been given a self-care manual, so it is not fair. Do you have like a manual to your own person?
What?
Do you have a manual? You know how like everything has a manual, like the computer and stuff?
Yes.
Do you yourself have a manual?
Yes.
Where is it?
I have like a missing paper, so I have it in my brain.
A manual in your brain?
Yes, I imagine the man.
Do you make up your own manual?
Yes, I make it up in my brain.
So what you're saying is you didn't really come with a manual. You
I
have
know.
the time spent over there works well to repair your brain cells. So how do you repair your brain cells?
My what?
Brain cells, your brain.
By going to a hospital.
Repair it?
Yes. My brain cells.
I thought you just repair it like sleeping or something. And what's this?
That's a water gun.
Oh my God. It is?
Yes.
It doesn't look like one. It is though. You got a water gun.
Wait, this is how it works. It
So
has-
Poppy,
it has water, look.
so Poppy did get you.
No,
Do you know it's expected to rain tonight?
What?
It could rain. So if you just hold out, Poppy can
If
get
I
you.
don't like the rain, it's
Okay.
not gonna rain.
So my theory is that if I got you a squirt gun, you just squirt me, it might be true. Is it true or not?
Yes, it is. If you squirt me, I squirt you.
If you squirt me, I'm gonna squirt you back.
Yes, you will.
What I'm gonna do is buy a squirt gun that's a lot bigger than that one.
I don't think that's your name.
It's got like a rifle squirt gun, like
What
a.
purple thing?
I'm gonna get a super powerful squirt gun.
I want to drink up.
I'm actually getting a squirt gun cannon.
I'm gonna squirt you.
I'm gonna get a water cannon, not a squirt gun.
You should get the gun that's in the main one that I want.
So if you squirt me, I'll squirt you back.
Yes, you will. And
Sitting in a position that is transcendental already is the sublime, because you are already stoned. What's the matter? The loose? You don't want loose, or you like loose? You make these closed, the windows? You want the windows closed, or well, probably. We have to close these. The windows. I'm just continuing here. Sitting in a position that is transcendental already is a sublime, because you already started. Finding the passageway is like finding the ultimate mystery. Being a man of meditation is the same thing as having an education. Meditation after 40 days or 40 years training is better than sleeping. You okay? Well, I should hope so. A merger in God is hyperbolical and very special. The distance covered is minimal. Lack of experience.
Baby incorrecta para Olga incorrecta para baby.
Olga is correct and Davy is not correct. It's very commonly known that the woman is always correct and the man isn't. So that's really like, if you don't know that, then you don't know anything. This distance covered is minimal. Lack of experience, they label lack experience. Lack of experience just leads to a dry well. Yeah, like if you're not experienced with women, it just leads to a dry well. Reading the Urdu poetry of Darshan Singh is the same thing as breaking into the treasure house of light. You can stand at the execution wall and execute yourself rather than just being lame-brained and go entirely into annihilation. These are poems of annihilation, by the way. The irony is that is the cure. That is the cure. It is rare that mystical rupture can just be programmed. You can just tell God your mission is repetition. For all practical purposes, you can just become a yogi. You can use your intellect just to decide. It is best to contemplate. You can try to find that which creates the greatest good. Purity is just the removal of ridiculous thoughts down to a low volume. Your body will heal best if you just sit and not do it in advance. No more. Don't more. It's caliente in here.
Esto es caliente.
I know, I'm gonna take it off. I will, okay? Okay. What should we do, Amar? What should we do? That's a kiss, so I guess the answer is kiss. That's what you should do. So, your body will heal best if you just sit and not move into it in advance. You do not have to be Charles Warren. WEUORINEN to listen to Times and Cunning. Whether you become a professor of philosophy or of music makes no difference in the end space. Just your intellect is very limited, sort of like a pigeon, so something more is greatly desired. The vicissitudes of human life are trivial to the enlightened mystic, and it is just better to take flight. You can just go into place during other people's presentation. You can get to the other side by transformative vision or just by persistent repetition. The inside will just have to be the new Olympics under the present conditions. Man will reach enlightenment, and that will be his triumph. You can just look for an alternative space some other time. Poem by David Smith, May 6, 2020. And it has a photograph. It has both gloves, Last Madness, Poems on a Spiritual Path by Dyson, and revised edition, translation by Barry Langer and Harbon's baby. The picture. The poem is called Times and Cunning.
Why put up with a lot of rigmarole if it's so important to have quietude and to sit in long-term contemplation? Why don't you just take up, become a hardcore monk and stay in contemplation? Why would you even live in New York and put up with rigmarole? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. What's the poem here? You have a poem, May 7, 2020, called Rigmarole. It says, don't read too loud, okay? That ecstasy can eliminate ego is the essence of enlightenment. Okay, well, rigmarole may only occur to somebody who has an ego or exists. So if I achieve a high state of enlightenment, I'm not sure there would be any rigmarole anywhere I am. Okay. That ecstasy can eliminate ego is the essence of enlightenment. Mastery of this mystery is meditation. The separation of the soul is the salvation sought. Yeah, okay. Well, you still gotta separate a positive placement in the position can provide the right poise. Okay. So if you're taking the position, or what are you doing? Sitting like Buddha or something? Do you have to have a special situation for that? Or can you do it amongst rigmarole? Well, okay, there is no need to write unless you have the will and the wit and have drank adequate wine. So you don't need to write this poetry unless you have the will and the wit and have drank adequate wine. What are you drinking? Do you drink? Do you write when you drink? What are you drinking? Well, remember that in Persian mystical poetry, you have to have a PhD in Persian mystical poetry to understand what wine I'm drinking. So, no, really? Yeah. There is no need to write or podcast or read the podcast or read the poetry. There is no need unless you have the will and the wit and have drank adequate wine. Well, in this case, it's adequate chocolate and coffee. So you can't do this without adequate chocolate and wine and coffee? Yeah, my wine is meditation, chocolate, and coffee. What is it, Omar? Are you part of the wine? Yeah, the chocolate has necesita for poetry, I guess. These are for casa. These kind of look like jammies in a way. But you could wear them out, but to get more longer. Do you wear these afuera al casa? No. No. Nah, they're casual. Oh. Yeah, you have good legs. You could wear shorts. So if I've had adequate coffee and adequate chocolate and kissed my amor and I meditated, you have a lot of things. Do you not have any will or wit if you haven't?
Vegetales.
Vitales? You cure Vitales?
Vegetales.
Vitalis, yeah. Vitalis to me. Vitalis.
Vegetales.
Vegetalis? Verduras? Or Vitalis?
Verdura.
Verdura? Yeah. Do you eat in the mañana? Yeah, yes, amor. Yes, amor. Eat pure. Yeah, the issue is, should I eat breakfast this early, or should I just wait, like on a keto diet, and wait till after I've exercised? So, I have a lot of open questions. I don't have all the answers. That's why I'm waiting for my listeners to give me a clue. So, what? Your pinhole photography can be just penetrating the point in your physiology. Your pinhole photography can be just penetrating the point in your physiology. Yeah, and instead of obsessing about photos and taking pictures of someone, you take a lot of photos. You could focus your attention. Your pinhole photography could be just focusing on your third eye and penetrating through the third eye in your body, instead of taking so many photos and putting them up in art museums with using pinhole photography. Where pinhole photography can be just penetrating the point in your physiology. You can be 1 in a million and still work at it until you are not significant. Does that make any sense? You work until you are not significant. You can be 1 in a million and still work at it until you are not significant. Is that where you write a poem that's about annihilation and then podcast it on a platform called Poems of Annihilation? That would make me not significant. The samaj in your head can be your safe place. That's like the temple in your head, because in Hasidic Jewish mysticism, the Rabbi of Chernobyl, the temple that they are rebuilding is not some temple in Israel. It's the individual's body. The temple is in each individual. That's Jewish mysticism. The samaj in your head can be your safe place. So you could be a builder, rebuild your temple in your head. If you are lacking in virtue and are mechanical, you can just meditate like a robot and still experience something transpersonal. Yeah, if you like lack virtue and you're just a mechanic, you can just meditate like a robot. So like, let's say you lack virtue and you lack devotion and you're just don't get it at all. You can still meditate like a robot. So just sit and meditate, repeat the 5 charge words and still experience something transpersonal. Then you can still experience something. If you are not enlightened, you could just sit in contemplation on time, and that would be it. Yeah, if you are not enlightened, you could just sit in contemplation on time, and that would be it. So yeah, so it's sort of like in Zen, like if you're not enlightened, but you're sitting regularly in meditation on time every day, that is it. So you're actually enlightened. So is that what it is? It's just the fact that you're regular and on time? That's why you say you're enlightened? Yeah, well, that indicates that you are. What? Is that how you prove that you're enlightened? By the fact that you're regularly sitting? Yeah, that proves that I'm enlightened. The fact that I've been meditating regularly every single morning for 10 years. So that's the proof. Oh, thanks some more. This is good. Green veggie. No mucho grasa? No. Only poquito? I like how you do air fry. No mucho grasa. Yeah, that's good. Thanks. These veggies don't have a lot of grease, and I'm trying to get my summer body or my beach body. So I thought you were enlightened and didn't care about that stuff. Well, well, I'm only enlightened because I sit on time regularly. Does that prove it? Yeah, my app on my phone proves that I can show both that I have got the vaccine and I've been meditating on time every single day for 10 years. So I get I'm like a 10-star general in a way. I have 10 stars, proving that I meditated for 10 years, regularly, on time, and I have a vaccine. So I am allowed to go into the temple. So, into my own temple. I'm allowed to meditate more. Like if you've meditated, you're now allowed to meditate more. So if you haven't meditated, then you have to go to work. So, if you are not enlightened, you could just sit in contemplation on time, and that would be it. You do not need any rigmarole to ascertain your personal space. A poem by David Smith, May 7th, 2020, and it has a picture of it looks like early morning sunrise. Actually, it's not. It's a sunset. And it looks out over a street towards Manhattan, where it has the tall buildings like 432 Park Avenue and some super tall towers. And it looks like a sunset, maybe sunset in like June or something. Well, it's actually May, because the sun is setting. The days are getting longer. What's that got to do with the poem? It's just a nice photograph. Is that it? It's just a nice photograph. Well, it's not even pinhole photography. No, it's not, and I don't. I just write these words. I don't really do any of the stuff. So, yeah, you just make up these poems, and how much of this stuff are you really doing? Okay. In some ways, you're like just a robot that's meditating. Yeah, that could be it. And you're got a lot of rigmarole going on in your life, and you should maybe just sit in contemplation.
I'm still reading poems from May 2020. So this next one is May 10th, 2020. And it says, now with coronavirus, you can only hang out with the pious. Poem, crystallizing the concepts with right understanding is the way to the truth in my mind. You can literally form a transport center. You can play the game of pin the tail on the donkey by just sticking yourself up into your third eye. That's an interesting way. You pin yourself at the third eye. You can play the game of pin the tail on the donkey by just sticking yourself up into your third eye. You can be a writer and a philosopher on your downtime and just not be at all part of the time. You can be like a totally enlightened Zen monk and just sit still like a dead lump. You can be a clumsy old oaf. You don't have to be stuck in a tight spot. You can actually escape. You can accept the fact that you need transformation and thus advance right straight through the dark wheel. The waywardness of my heart was not a good start. Instead, you can just follow instructions. Every morning can be special if you take the sound current to be a zephyr. You can seat yourself at the arrivals or departures area, it does not matter. You can just do Simran during the latter. The sound current could be the substance on the event horizon. Your mind can take care of itself and accommodate a long withdrawal. You can make your life into a poem if you just concentrate on your guru. It may be an oxymoron to say one is studying to be an advanced Sufi. But once you reach some consistency, then one can start being realistic. You can use the strength of your body to accomplish something if you are a fitness addict. By staying your attention in your face, you can generate a new race. You can, if you develop your practice with a regularity for them, you can get into far-out mysticism. You can produce your own feel-good movies. By dropping out of sight, you can develop a sort of new life. You can cash in all the benefits of being advanced. Now, with coronavirus, you can only hang out with the pious. You can guarantee union just by withdrawing because nature is never blank. Poem by David Smith, May 10th, 2020, with a picture of the book Love's Last Madness, Poems on a Spiritual Path by Darshan Singh. It has a hashtag of Janab Min Karhani. That poem was, now with my writers, you can only hang out with the pious. A person should just do what they like. If they like it, you gotta have something you like. So you might as well do something you like. Like let's say you like books or something, then get some books. All right. Then get books and read the books and get rid of the books and get books if you want books. You go look for books. Maybe it's your hobby to go look for books. You go to those town of books places or something. You could just go to bookstores and just hang out and like that's what they used to do with like Hemingway and Shakespeare and Paris. And, yeah, just go hang out at the bookstore. Okay, why don't you make a bookstore? Why don't you have a bookstore? This poem is called Hoarding Spiritual Books. Poem, adherence to contemplation and virtue can be your fine cuisine. That way you can remain lean. While others like to eat it all, you can just play pickleball. You can set up a pipeline to the divine and just continue to travel. You can go into enlightenment in advance of something happening. You can be completed before you begin. If you follow Satguru protocol, you will not get very old. Long time period meditation can become your custom. Half-hour periods are only for children. All subsets religion is the one to follow if you are stuck into just one. That is ridiculous. Your third eye could throb with more energy than a pulsar as long as you don't ejaculate. In the enlightened, the physical world becomes a foreign place. To the enlightened, the physical world becomes a foreign place. Your body being in it is just incidental. The form of preparation is meditation. The best use of time in isolation is contemplation. Your singularity can be your singular meeting with your guru at age 33. That set you free. Nice line. Your singularity can be your singular meeting with your guru at age 33. That set you free. Your concentration can end up being a power prison. Hoarding spiritual books seems like a logical contingency during pandemic. You can be an all-unknowing sage. You can train for an advanced stage. And it has a poem by David Smith, May 12, 2020. And it has a picture of the intimate Merton, Thomas Merton. It has a picture of Nassim al-Din Ali. It has a book, Mysticism. And it has Love's Last Matters. It has the Quran and the Bible. And it has Seraphud al-Maneri, 100 letters, and it has at least 6 books listed. So he may have had even more than that. So, did you hoard all the books from the library? All the good ones. That was selfish during the pandemic. No one, they weren't really reading it. So others weren't reading it, I don't think. So, the poem is called Hoarding Spiritual Books. This poem is called Three Veils. It says 3 veils. Poem, asceticism, devotion, and scholasticism are my 3 veils, so be it. I can forget myself in the darkness. You could just be on the journey instead of having an ego. That is why I think about merger. You can just be a process instead of an individual entity. You could just be under development. You can be like a busy bird in the morning, just saying Simran. You can develop high compression leading to your cessation. You can practice going in the other direction. The sound current can rest on your collar. You don't need to be a scholar. That is just for leisure. In your 44th and 10th year, you just have to accept that you have arrived. You can just shut down your own thinking. You can just shut down your own knowing that you are enlightened. That is the mad Zen part. You can be rather simple, without emotion. Your cessation can actually be your vacation and awakening. The efficiency of sitting regularly can be achieved by not eating. Only when you meditate continuously do you achieve. Regular contemplation can be your salvation during pandemic. Just being strong, you cannot go wrong. An introvert has less risk. You can have the privilege of being more simple. The Kundalini can be a reinforcer. Just simple recollection can be your reformation. You can keep all the joints working by figuring out a process of moving. Even after Coronavirus Liberation Day, you can continue to meditate. Poem by David Smith, May 15th, 2020. Hashtag tennis. So he's saying that after you get a vaccine, you can then continue to meditate. He has a picture of he's figuring out what to do for motion and he's playing tennis. He has a mask on because you sort of have to at that time. And a tennis racket. He seems less good than usual. And it's very slim. Hashtag is just tennis. Is that promotion? That poem was called Three Veils. This poem is called Let Love's Madness Keep You Safe. It says, let love's madness keep you safe. Boom. It turns out detachment is how you undo the latch. It is as easy as that, yet many do not get it and fail to withdraw. Your third eye only works if you are pure. They sort of tell you that. Man did not come with a maintenance manual. That is why you need a guru. The sound current is not readily audible unless you are austere. You can just do Simran until it becomes clear. You can make yourself immune to the fact that you are half animal. Meditation can be like a preemptive strike against the vicissitudes of life. You can beg for mercy all morning and then just engage in praise. God, grant me a simplified prayer by granting me what is best for me. It is not my problem if you have not meditated enough to achieve critical mass to have experience. I can just congratulate myself with stay-at-home orders. I can listen to Spanish music through the window and be satisfied. Praying for what is best for you is like praying for total enlightenment, because that would be what it is if you knew what it was. Instead of making plans to go somewhere, you can make plans to go into meditation. Meditation for 30 minutes before dinner is like putting 30 bottles of beer on the wall. Just the present can be your entryway. You don't need any diversions down another hallway. The grace was already granted before they mixed the water and clay. You don't need to worry about what happened before the black hole. You don't have to go back before the beginning of time to create a rhyme, but you could. Simran is how you can improve your intrinsic hearing. Every morning is the moment of love's last madness. Let love's madness keep you safe. Your engagement in contemplation can be your big adventure. Meditation can be used as a hedge against a lack of education. Self-consciousness should be just let go, and you can enter the sublime. You can undertake the long process of transformation by submitting to annihilation. During your long stay at home, you can do something not too complicated, like just contemplate. When you actually need something, you can jump on it like a cheetah and not just roam the forest like a hunting horde. With a stay-at-home order, you can execute the grand finale and connect with Ali. You do not have to take a political position when you are at the exit. The content of your brain could be coincidental rather than circumstantial. Poem by David Smith, May 20, 2020. It has David Gravy in the park taking a bhajan position with his thumbs in his ears. Hashtag Loves Last Madness, hashtag bhajan, BHAJAN, and hashtag NAM, NAAM. Poem is named Let Love's Madness Keep You Safe. This poem is called Rise Above. It says, you can experience the ecstasy of your chastity by just not having any fun and sensual pleasure and just rise above. You need not eat much either. You can be a two-bit poet who just eats a bit. God, accept me into your fold and don't let me get old. You can be like a spiritually broken satsangi, sort of like a broken horse who has sat routinely in the morning for like a decade. The noise of yourself may have gone quiet. Persons who are not enlightened have a constant rattle. That is why you go into isolation. They are dependent on constant racket. You can just take your racket and go to the park if you want your knees to start. Simran can be done alone, but you need sunshine to improve your bone. God grant me the forethought of enlightenment before something else comes up. You can adjust your style by just not increasing the number of your attachments. Your third eye can act as a personal resort. The physical body can be treated like your primary possession and not things external. You can become a conscious co-worker of the divine plan by simply ceasing to exert your own will. You can just exist on sound current. You can decrease your property until you just have your body and call that minimal. You can just get a personal lawyer to hold your will. Your storage space could have a term of 2 decades. You could have 15% body fat by September. Grand statements about reality come late. A poem by David Smith, May 24, 2020. It has a picture of a horse and a horse and David Gravy's petting the horse. And of course the poem referred to a broken horse. It's called Rise Above.
Wow!
Drink that. Drink that.
Guava? You drink guava? 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 You drink guava?
Guava.
Huh?
Guava.
Guava. You drink guava?
Oh, you have here. Yeah.
What?
Put-
Oh,
put
I have
the-
coffee.
Coffee? No.
Yeah, I have
Put.
coffee.
Not leaving a record of your poetry
What
read by the
I put
author is a
for-
cruel and vicious
Guava.
act. So,
What?
and malicious, it's very
I have
malicious
coffee.
and
Yeah.
crime
Take
against
you this.
humanity to not read your own poetry.
I don't read it.
So I have to read it.
Wow.
I have to read.
It doesn't leave any legacy. Really?
I have to read it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read.
That's
Continues to read the poetry of David Smith. Who is he?
That's good for.
Oh, he was somebody at the time he wrote the poem. So
That's a South
May
American.
26, 2020.
Guava.
It's 40 dawns.
You can get the
Did it
fruit.
take 40 dawns to write this poem? Or
I got the
what's
fruit.
40 dawns about? Oh, thanks so much.
My wife made a
We're big
dessert.
grande, but
She made
big
dessert.
grande. You like
Guava.
Guava.
it? You like it? Oh, it's kind of pretty. It's a nice
Guava
pillow.
cake. With,
She likes the recovered nice things. Yeah, I know he's very anti-cluttering and hates clutter, but if you can recover a few things from clutter,
What?
you can save money. I suppose that's the thinking. So, but most people accumulate massive amounts of clutter
What?
and thinking that they are saving money, but.
Are you saving money?
But then they sacrifice a lot of their time decluttering, so there's a trade-off there. So you have to have a PhD in minimalism. Do you have one? Well, you can, if you are practicing minimalist and declutter, you can learn some skills not to bring in clutter in the first place. Or have a regular pattern of getting rid of things, like as you bring in books, you take out books. Okay. Is that over 40 dawns? Well, this poem is. I don't think it's referring to 40 dawns. I don't spend that much time writing a poem, so I write very fast. Who's I? Yeah, well, if it's a poem of annihilation. The thing is, there wasn't an I, so it was written without having an I. So there wasn't a poet present at the writing. Okay. So who wrote it? Well, there can be an existing shell of a person just eliminated as ego. 40 Dawn's poem, but you didn't completely eliminate your ego, so that's probably true. Oh God, remember my cry and give me a real cry. Yeah. It says, oh God, remember my cry and give me a real cry. Even in company, I can set up my yoga retreat. I can sit on a prominent rock and not look at the clock. The appointment with just your inner self can be monumental. Your one suitcase can include all your essentials. Yeah, that's kind of an aspect of minimalism he's talking about his one suitcase. God, that's pretty little. Yeah, he actually operate with one closet. You do? And I was opposed to having a dresser because I didn't need it. You have one closet? Yeah, everything is in one closet. Yeah, but you're using one of the drawers of her dresser for your music. Okay, well, that's still fairly minimalistic. Good. And I'm trying, I'm not perfect, and I have one other side too. It's a side table by the bed. It has 2 drawers, and they're not actually used optimally. So you exist with 1 drawer? Yeah, actually there's 2. So you only have 2 drawers? I have 3, so in reality, for 1 suitcase can include all your essentials. Just looking at references can be your subroutine. Just looking at references can be your subroutine. You can sit in an upright condition on your own haunches. You don't have to have an afterthought. You don't need a 40-day retreat and can instead just meditate through 40 dawns instead. Yeah, he's saying, I guess the poem is saying you don't need a 40-day retreat. But you can just meditate on 40 dawns instead. Your commitment can be extremely transcendental, and you can just escape into God. Yeah. I guess that's my escape. You're an escapist? Yes. I'm escaping into God. Well, I suppose that's better than just escaping into drinking alcohol or some drugs or something. Yeah, it's been a lot healthier instead. Oh God, if there is a trick or a mystery to the system, let me have it. It's kind of like a prayer, I guess. I'm saying, oh God, if there is a trick or a mystery to the system, let me have it. It's kind of demanding, huh? Does meditation provide lubrication to the joints? Question mark. Well, I think it might actually. Doing the cross-legged lotus position. I suppose you're in a way you are stretching the joints. Does meditation provide lubrication to the joints? Yeah, in a way, it's like exercise, in a way, like in the astral body. But that is the question. Under the absolute certainty I am set if I know I started the day with 3 hours of meditation and then at least 1 hour of exercise. Everything after that is extra credit. By just sitting still every morning at sunrise, you can become immortal. Wow. You can become immortal. This goes back to that time period of when it was very difficult to exercise, and there's a picture of a photographer who's taking a picture of us playing jerry-rig tennis. Works for the New York Times, actually. So this is the famous incident of the New York Times photographer taking a picture of us playing jerry-rig tennis, which the tennis courts weren't open, huh? Oh yeah, it's very like la moda. Looks very nice. See, Amor, you have nice legs. These are bueno. Come on, let me see. These are good legs. Now turn around. Turn around. Yeah, you like a young girl. Yeah, you can wear them. You're not, no, viejo, mujer, no. No viejo. Olga, no more viejo. It's good. You're very young. Olga, she is not a young woman. She's not an old woman. She can wear short shorts and has good legs. So she's becoming immortal by her contact with David. So, yeah, so this is, she took the photos because we had made our own net and we were playing tennis and we were trying to exercise during pandemic. So this is in the height of the scare and stuff. So these are pandemic poems called 40 Dawns. Read it again. Oh God, remember my cry and give me a real cry. I'm trying to get a real. Even in company, I can set up my yoga retreat. I can sit on a permanent rock and not look at the clock. The appointment with just your inner self can be monumental. Your one suitcase can include all your essentials. Yeah, can you exist on one suitcase? Yeah, the theory is you could travel to Europe with one small carry-on suitcase, not a large, not a grande one. That's packing light, I guess. Just looking at references can be your subroutine. That's where I look up footnotes. You can sit in an upright condition on your own haunches. You don't have to have an afterthought. You don't need a 40-day retreat. You can instead just meditate through 40 dawns instead. Yeah, there's probably people who go on these spiritual retreats and they think that they're gonna achieve enlightenment on a paid-for retreat at some spiritual center. And I'm just saying, just use every morning 40 dawns. Your commitment can be extremely transcendental, and you can just escape into God. Yeah, that's sort of like using your third eye as an escape route, breaking out of the prison of your body. That's escapism, definitely. Oh God, if there is a trick or mystery to the system, let me have it. Does meditation provide lubrication to the joints? The answer is probably yes. That is the question. Under the absolute certainty method, I am set if I know I started the day with 3 hours of meditation and then at least 1 hour of exercise. Are you actually meditating 1 hour and exercising 3? Have you got things backwards? That's the question. Everything after that is extra credit. By just sitting still every morning at sunrise, you can become immortal. And the whole thing was made immortal by this New York Times photographer. So I am immortal through the New York Times photos.
You got a drink? Change.